Nowhere near it.
I'll pay you 3 shillings to put your helmet on.
Shillings? I can't get a read on this character. He's wearing speed dealers. He's asking for shillings, a currency that was never in the United States after the revolution.
I'm a well-traveled cowboy. I've just come back from the United Kingdom, and I have a bit of spare change. So for 3 shillings,
I also
do up your helmet.
I also don't think the United Kingdom has had shillings since like 1960 something.
Well, I said in the last episode, it could have been from the 1900s. 1960. So
it's 900 speed dealer.
So stick your judgment up your backside. Take it elsewhere, thank you.
That's Canadian. Thank you.
I've gone to a different Providence.
This is going off. This has once again been a confusing time of Sam's character acting career.
This is why I was shit at drama.
I just want to I want you to come up with the character, you know? Like over time we'll build this time traveling police chief come cattle farmer who has spent a fair bit of time in the United Kingdom.
I think his name's Cletus.
Cletus.
But his friends call him Cleet.
Cleet.
Yeah.
Cleet.
G'day, Cleet. And he goes, hey, Bob. Many cattle around this place? I see you.
Cletus not particularly like observant. Can't. Like,
no, he's not. He hasn't looked outside.
Right.
I see the horses. Any cattle? That's about all he knows. You know. You know what horses eat?
Molasses.
Hey.
Fuck. Take the damn hat off. Let's get stuck into actual music, hey?
Let's do it.
Let's talk music.
Thank you to everyone who's tuned in.
And
if you stayed through that, wow.
Yeah. Bold.
Yeah. And I mean, we've got a heap of new listeners now, so I don't know how that's happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
this is a
strange intro.
Yeah. It's a bit odd. Welcome.
Yeah, if you can stay through that, it's not going to get, well, it might get weirder than that, but, you know, patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue.
And you can log off at the end of the episode.
Put it on 2 times speed and get through there. You know.
Yeah, just the engagement rate and the average view time or listen time skyrocket us, thanks. But look, let's get straight into it. Something new, Max.
Something new.
What's tickling your fancy?
Well, I'll tell you what's not particularly tickling my fancy. That's actually quite hard to say.
Not particularly tickling your fancy.
It's not an easy one to roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't roll off the tongue particularly fancily.
So something that's not particularly tickling my pickle, Sam, is Eminem's new song, Houdini.
Behave.
It's off the bat, I want to just clarify a few things about Eminem. He's great. Like he's one of the all-time great artists of the last 20, 25, 30 years, however long he's been kind of in the mainstream.
Mainstream.
I'm still recovering from being sick, Sam.
I've nearly spat my water out.
Down the hatch.
It's gone straight up my nose.
Up your schnoz.
Anyway, we continue.
Anyway, so Eminem, great lyricist. Always in contention for one of the GOAT rappers. And has just such good recognizable flow, right? So off the bat, this is not a criticism of Eminem, but this is his comeback track. His first track he's released in something like... Well, sorry, he released an album, I think, in 2018. And he hasn't dropped anything since then, really. And...
you haven't even said the track name yet.
Houdini.
There we go.
It's a sample built around a Steve Miller Band song called Abracadabra.
Yep.
Which the original sample is kind of shit.
Okay.
And then so I thought, Eminem could do something kind of cool with it. And he kind of doesn't. He teased off about cancel culture, which... Been done.
Yep.
Not to mention, his whole shtick in the 90s was look at me saying all the things that you can't say. I'm swearing and I'm have this aggression and violence and all the, sex in my songs that parents oh my God, you can't say that. It's you did that 25, 30 years ago. And if you couldn't say it then, why can you not say it now? You know what I mean? It's a bit done, a bit boring.
He was pretty edgy, saying words like crap and intercourse.
I want to, this is the particular criticism.
Yep.
He rhymes abracadabra with I'm back, bruh, multiple times through the song.
Look, I haven't actually listened to the song.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's saying bruh he's 50.
He's 50.
It's a
And like for a guy who they're like, he can rhyme anything with anything. Like he can rhyme with orange. Abracadabra to bruh. Like,
well, he's not wrong.
I mean, does it rhyme?
Is it lazy though? Because it's bruh and bruh.
It's almost the same. It's robbing Kodak with Kodak, like people did.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I think the fact that he says bruh,
yeah,
at least more than thrice.
It's the chorus. The whole chorus is
that's
abracadabra, da-da-da-da, I'm back, bruh.
Mm.
The da-da-da-da has some lyrics, just to clarify.
I'm going to let that one through to the keeper, I reckon.
And like we might cop some heat on this because Eminem fans famously have a word to say or two when someone criticizes Eminem. I want to clarify.
They're like Swifties.
They are like Swifties. They're male rap Swifties, you know?
Yeah.
Which that's going to get some hate, I think, online.
Well, can I double down?
Mate, go for it. It's our funeral.
Marshall, fucking listen in.
I actually quite like Eminem, though. That's the thing.
So do I. He seems like a really nice guy.
He does seem like a genuinely nice guy.
Bruh. The typical Eminem fan stereotype.
Yeah.
This isn't for stereotype. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera.
Speaking directly to the people.
I'm going cross-eyed staring at the microphone to drill it into your ears if you're listening. Stereotype, also known as a generalization.
Yeah.
Slightly different, but the same. This is not for everyone. So if you're not one of these people, after I say what I'm about to say, just take a deep breath.
Calm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone likes Eminem in different formats.
That's true.
And different depths.
Yeah.
But typically, I'm picking like mid-30-year-old men, 3/4 length shorts.
Yep.
Maybe have a Discord.
a thick acne, you know?
Oh, a thick acne.
Acne. A thick acne.
I went Scottish for a moment. Thick acne, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, that's not to say that women can't be Eminem fans.
Absolutely not.
Females.
Females.
Although I've never seen a female Eminem supporter. Although if I've ever seen a female, I've been scared to talk to them.
It's one like it's his comeback track. First time in how many years?
You're emphasizing a lot with your hands. It's a big point.
I'm gesticulating, Sam, and
I
don't know.
In the privacy of your own room.
I am. I just felt like if this is like, what was special about this track?
Yeah.
That was, why did you pick this? And it's not that it's bad. It's just that it's
not good.
Kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you could have come out swinging with something like really heavy on the flow where you're going all in on being in that contention for the greatest of all time rapper.
A track so flowy that tampon companies are going to sue.
Yeah. Libra are like, bruh.
We can't stop that flow.
He's back, bruh.
Yeah.
But
fuck, he's back. We can't stop that flow.
Or you came out with something that's like a complete change of pace. So people are like, oh, wow, Eminem's like trying a different sound. And like it sounds like it could be on the Slim Shady LP. It could be on the Marshall Mathers LP. But if it was like, it's a B-side of one of the, it sounds like it's a B-side of one of those albums. It's not like these are the main tracks.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, and rant.
So if you're new to the podcast, I think I've just become the favourite.
By Eminem.
Well, no. For all our new listeners.
Who are coming to listen.
Who are Eminem fans. They hate you now. So.
That's true. And you know what? Eminem, to you personally, which you'll never hear this, I genuinely like your music. I think you
never
are
say
a great
never,
rapper.
Max.
That's true.
The podcast is growing.
That's true.
Our audience is amplifying.
I don't know if we're big in Detroit, but who knows?
We don't have to be big in Detroit. We just have to be big on the algorithm.
We just have to be big here.
In our hearts.
The true podcast are the friends you make along the way, Sam.
Well, say that to my bank account. Well, look, you've made some enemies, and I'm about to make a couple more because there is some big news I'm going to talk about very shortly. But first, I was driving here.
Great start.
And listening to some music, and the Smart Shuffle on my phone put on Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card.
Great song.
Not a song I listen to regularly.
But it rips when you do.
Well, there's a place off Ocean Avenue. It's a bit whiny. But I was thinking.
Yeah.
How does the guy, I think it's a guy, I'm going to do this again because I'm going to potentially cut this. How does the person who plays violin for Yellow Card rock out on stage? Keyboard's one thing. It's just like you're banging your head against a piece of stationery.
I'm just looking up who the fiddlist is.
Fiddlist?
Yeah.
Pretty sure you need to be on a register for that.
Hold up. Ooh. Yellow Card's first LP was called Midget Tossing. Don't know how I feel about that.
Between that and having a fiddlist, a Yellow Card about to be are we cancelling?
We might have actually cancelled Yellow Card. I'm trying to find who is on the Fid. The fiddlist is no longer in the band.
Wow.
Oh no, I take that back. Sean Mackin is on violin backing and occasional lead vocals.
But how do you...
He left the band for a bit.
But how do you rock out while you're playing violin?
Yeah.
Like, how do you... It's a bit weird.
It's a bit like also rocking out when you play keyboard.
Yeah,
You gotta like hold the power stance and then just be like...
It's a bit of an ick. Because if you're playing keyboard, everyone else is like moving around and the keyboardist is just...
That's why everyone needs to go to guitar, you know?
We're not in the 80s.
The world's most cringe instrument.
Shout out Muse.
Although I will say, Luke Million does make it kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I think it makes it cool by being like a bit sticky with it, you know what I mean? Like it's just
sticky.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the shtick.
Oh, it's the shtick. I could picture client liaison with a guitar.
Yeah, I've seen the client liaison rock out with the guitar from time to time.
Are they expensive?
Client liaison?
A guitar's expensive.
You know?
Because they're a combination of two instruments.
Combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell. I don't know.
Well, that was niche.
Yeah.
Well,
anything
anyway.
new for you, Sam?
Well, not for me personally. I've been listening to a lot of new music, but you know, if you want to listen to new music, go to our Hot Singles in your local area playlist on Spotify.
Great clean plug.
Thank you. That was clean, wasn't it?
That was clean.
Happy with that? I'm happy with that. But one of the only festivals that takes place in Australia, it seems nowadays, just announced their dates.
Yes, they did.
And that is Good Things Festival. A festival close to our hearts. We've been lucky enough to go a handful of times, really.
Yeah. To record from there.
The crew at Good Things have always been very kind to us. But as usual, pencil it in. Friday the 6th of December to Sunday the 8th of December.
Sounded good.
Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane in that order. Brisbane, a bit flat on the Sunday.
See, I reckon bands go hard in Brisbane because like this is the end.
Yeah, well, typically it's been the other way. Brisbane's first.
We closed out last year, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't there last year. I was in Tokyo.
You were in Tokyo?
No, I wasn't. I was in Osaka. I was in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over that side.
It got me wondering.
Yeah.
Predictions for the Good Things lineup. Because it's a matter of when, not if.
That'd be crazy if they didn't drop a lineup and they're just like, you got to buy the tickets.
We don't even know who's playing.
Yeah. Anyone could be on that stage. That would actually be an awesome festival. Like, we don't tell anyone who's coming and you just, whoa.
Hey, yeah.
It's TMAs again.
You would never guess. It's Deftones. I'd be so flat if I bought a ticket to a mystery festival and it was Deftones.
Yeah, you'd want to know in advance the vibe you're getting, you know?
But I thought we'd play a game.
Yeah.
Good Things lineup prediction.
Great game.
Because we tried with Listen Out.
And we fucked it.
We got no bands right.
We got
and
one.
we did it the day before.
We got Skepta.
Oh, yeah.
We got one.
We got it. Well, we started predicting the day before the lineup.
Yep.
And the episode went out 3 days after the lineup dropped.
I'd call that organisation, Sam.
I'd call that great time management. But let's play. Who will play Good Things?
Let's rattle off some names. Do you want to kick us off?
Well, I've heard through the grapevines, through some undisclosed sources who I'll keep close to my chest.
Connections.
I've got some industry connections. Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, yeah.
So, not really for me.
No. I mean, yeah, not for me either, really.
I don't really have bandanas and sleeveless hoodies.
Yeah.
We're probably never going to talk to Avenged Sevenfold now.
Big gym bro energy.
Fuck yeah!
Like
power metal.
That's how you hold your bar when you're doing bench press. Just fucking do this.
Fuck yeah! I do chest press on a machine because I've got a bad shoulder and I can't bench press.
Look, yeah, we're probably not talking Avenged Sevenfold, are we?
We're probably not going to get Avenged Sevenfold on the show.
Fuck it.
Do we care? It could
Probably.
be detrimental,
Yeah,
but that's okay.
Could be rough if they hear this and like, oh, guys.
But yeah, if it's not Avenged Sevenfold, No loss. But I have heard through the grapevine that they may make an appearance.
Yeah, I've heard similarly through the grapevine.
Oh.
Not the same source, but a similar source, that Green Day are meant to be on the lineup.
Wow.
Because apparently they're doing a tour around that time, and the Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne legs are going to be at the festival, and the Perth and Adelaide legs will be solo shows.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, who knows?
Wait, you said festival exclusive.
Sorry?
Did you say festival exclusive?
Not exclusive, because they'll have the headline shows
Right,
separately,
right.
but in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, they'll be festival shows.
Well, I love Green Day. I'm really excited if they came to Australia. And was that good?
I'll tell you what, they do a good live show.
Do we get to...
We'll talk to Green Day now.
Yeah, cool.
Billy Joe, we're coming for you.
Billy Joe and your Epiphones. Well, yeah, I had a bit of a... I didn't know that.
Yeah, right.
It was good of you to share your sources with me. We share a business, but apparently we don't share sources. That's fine. Because I said...
Journalistic integrity, Sam.
Yeah, whatever. Because I thought, you know what would be good?
Yeah.
To balance out possibly Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
Paramore.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I feel like they're due.
They are due. When were they here last? They were here last year? Year before last?
Well, that's minimum 2 years.
Yeah.
Usually it's around that time before they come back.
I could see that. They have released an album since then.
They released an album. Wasn't that good?
But they had some bangers on it.
Yeah.
It was. I wouldn't rush to the album, but I'd listen to the singles.
Yeah. But I had Paramore in there. And
Yep.
I think, why don't we just go one for one?
1 for 1. Easy. I think a band that, friends of the show, a band that haven't come back to Australia in, I think, since COVID, Fiddler.
Fiddler.
Yeah. They've just announced a huge tour across the US, but you good there?
Yeah,
But it does end in October.
Yeah, so
So,
that opens up their
Bit of space.
Christmas season, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Knocked Loose for me.
Oh, good one. That'd be a good show.
New album. They haven't toured in a little while down here.
Yep.
That would be a nuts show.
That would be a nuts show.
Would be.
Look, again, from some industry sources,
Yep.
we're pretty sure they might be coming back around this time. Sorry, at the end of the year. Also, friends of the show, Boys Like Girls.
Boys Like Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Friends of the show. That'd be a good one. We'd have to give them another snack.
Yeah. We have to remember, I think, that they don't eat half the things on that snack list.
Well, they ate them anyway.
That's true, yeah.
They just don't want Vegemite.
No, or beer.
Fair enough. I've got a couple of Australian ones.
Yeah, let's go. I've got a couple of Aussie. Let's go.
And then I've got a couple of American ones. But Polaris.
Yep.
Got canned from Splendor. Good Things is the natural replacement.
It's a fit.
In Heart's Wake.
Yep.
New album dropping. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't really done a tour in a little while.
Yep.
Why not launch the new album at a big festival?
I like that.
And then I'll just power around the other three. Falling in Reverse.
Oh, yep. Your friend Ronald.
Your friend Ronald.
Well, I believe you said that you are personally a fan of everything that he does.
I did not say that. That's words in my mouth. I think Falling in Reverse are a chance. I think Good Things Festival, they always bring someone a little bit of the older generation.
Yep.
And I realise it's Australian now. I think Jet.
Oh, yeah. Good shout. That'd be a good one.
I think Jet's good.
Yep.
I think The Story So Far are a chance.
Mm-hmm.
New album coming. And I think Balance and Composure.
Ooh, okay.
You've never listened to them in your life, have you?
I mean, what you've put on for me, I've listened to. I wouldn't say they're a band that are right up the Max Higgins alley, but
No. Anyway,
those are nice selections.
power me out.
Do they keep going for? Do they keep going down the new metal route with someone like Korn? Freak on a leash. The Soundwave used to also dabble in a little bit of like rock adjacent hip hop, so I'm thinking like Cypress Hill,
Oh, yeah.
someone like that. A couple of Aussies, June Rats. They've dropped a new album.
Yep.
They were meant to be in the Splendor lineup. Obviously, that got canned.
Yep.
Smith Street also have had some new material lately. They got a tour coming up, I think, sometime later this year, but could be a good festy slot. Some throwbacks.
Yes.
Metallica on a world tour currently.
You think they're going to get... That's a big festival.
They played Soundwave.
Yeah, they've played Soundwave, but...
They played Soundwave in the same year that Blink-182, Linkin Park.
That was the
Offspring
10-year
played.
anniversary.
But I'm just saying,
Paramore on that as well.
I'm just saying, like, you can go if you want to go big.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And look how that ended for Soundwave.
And one like real wild card guess: Judas Priest.
I think Judas Priest is more likely than Metallica.
I think so too, but I just wanted to throw it in there.
Bit of a left of field.
Yeah, you know me.
Well, Max, the question is, do we have time to go on to the next topic?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. Because on the topic of festivals, I mean, the Australian heavy festivals are saving the scene at the moment between Knotfest and Good Things. They're about the only ones that actually happen.
Listen out.
And spin-off festivals creating its own little vibe in Adelaide at the moment.
Yep.
It's 2 years running.
Yep.
1,
2 or 3. It's definitely more than one.
Yeah, which is what I was going for.
Yeah.
But it raises the question. Splendor's gone. Falls is gone.
Groovin's gone.
Rip. There's a lot.
Calandra's gone.
Yeah, and
One of the big hitters.
Brisbane Festival
Oh.
is unfortunately still around. But it's raised the question, what can save festivals?
Yeah. That's a really good question, Sam. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
asking it.
No, that's okay, because I feel like you've got some ideas.
Well, I feel like at the moment the only ones that are doing solid are like single genre festivals or like limited genre festivals. Like you've got small festivals like Spilt Milk and I mean that's been canned, but a couple of others that are like, you know, relatively boutique.
Yeah.
But in terms of like either big touring festivals like Big Day Out used to be, or like big 3 days like Falls and Splendor. Yeah. Bit gone.
They are a bit gone.
So I'm thinking here's some ideas.
Yep.
Listen Out is trying out something new with 16 plus instead of 18 plus.
Yep.
Groovin tried it as well. I mean, Groovin was always a bit, it was always like a you know, not all ages, but you could come if you're a kid with a guardian.
Yeah. Weird,
like somewhat annoying if you're
a guardian.
Well, I was gonna say if you're like 18 plus and you want to go to the bar, it's like a sectioned off area.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, when I was at Groovin in the VIP area, thanks to Groovin in the Move, that's not even worth a shout out because they don't exist anymore. It was strange because you have to drink in a certain area. You can't walk around with drinks. And it's a very strange vibe because the beauty of Splendor, Falls, even Good Things Festival, there's just something great about walking around, live music playing everywhere, drink in hand, you're just relaxing. Like, if you've never experienced that feeling, you're missing it. Like, that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. Which, like, because Splendor is all ages if you have a guardian. Yeah. But you can walk around with a drink. So I don't know, like, what
where
the licensing situation is.
If you're a lawyer, message us because this seems like a legal grey area.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
So neither do I.
I don't think it's like, again, I think I'm going to rate all of these concepts through the lens of, is a festival with this better or worse than no festival at all? Yes. And I think if it's better...
No festival at all.
So 16 plus, ditch it. It's out. I'd rather have no festival.
It's not blood. I fucking hate them. Fuck kids. Off. Just need to add that extra word for clarification.
Yeah. Hold up.
I'm sure you'll edit that so it's really...
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
Close together, so it sounds natural.
I would never take the piss, Sam.
No, you wouldn't. We're professionals.
I think...
I think we should put a levy on all concert/live event tickets to go to a pool for struggling festivals.
I think that's a really good idea, Sam. I think that's a really good idea. Do you want to tell us more? Do you want to expand on that for us?
No, I'm just choking.
Yeah.
Continue.
I think...
so a levy's like a surcharge.
Yeah, a fee, a tax, if you will, on, say, you tell us to come into town again. Yeah. Big headline tours from overseas artists.
Yep.
We add a specific fee to those tickets, to every ticket that's sold for that festival. We take a fee out of that. We put it into a pool. Yep. And then that can go to covering things like insurance or like specific costs for smaller festivals to help them get across the line.
Would the tickets not get wet?
They would, Sam. Especially the little corner you have to cut off.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great idea.
Yeah.
But if we could put them into a container or
a silo.
Maybe just online somewhere.
Yep.
Or, group the funds together
yep.
in a dry environment.
It could be an empty pool.
True. I didn't think of that.
Indoor empty, so it can't get rained in.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's great.
Like the Ian Thorpe Aquatic Centre, but it's empty.
Yeah, or the Grand Hackett pool.
Chandler when it's getting maintenance done.
He was pretty funny on that show, actually.
Not bad from you.
Thank you.
Another one I sort of thought about is What the fuck was that?
More corporations?
What is happening?
He's shit the bed, ladies
It's
and
all right.
gentlemen.
It's still recording. We're all here. We're all
Beautiful.
Yeah, more corporations, Sam.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Because you know what they say?
yeah,
In order to keep authenticity,
yeah.
more sponsors.
Okay, this one's gonna be controversial, and boy, I hate that I put it in there, but here I am.
Oh, here we go.
Think about Splendor, right? It's a pretty authentic experience. Like
It is.
there are a lot of corporate sponsors on ground. You know, like there are
Smirnoff.
The Smirnoff has like the Smirnoff, whatever it's called, dance bar thing. I can't remember what it's called.
There's the Captain Morgan ship.
Yep. You know, a lot of big brands, a lot of alcohol brands do activations. There's, you know, usually like a Durex or something like that activation as well. That's talking about
paint.
safe sex and stuff like that. No, that's Dulux.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I'm getting there.
Paint on condoms.
We're working through it.
All weather. But
Ribbed for your patio.
coats your deck, Sam. I think
Isn't it Abbott's?
they're sorry about that. Yeah, Tony's. But things like the stages were never branded.
Yes.
But and now I know this is controversial, Sam, but put it through the lens
the
of
Commonwealth Bank stage.
We'll put it through the lens of is this better than no festival at all?
It's true. What would they get from it?
Well, put it this way: think of a big brand that. The one that I thought of immediately was Amex because they are like trying to sponsor every live thing at the moment.
Because Visa's doing everything.
Exactly. They also do it. Like Jack Daniels. We're doing a lot of fucking brand shout outs here. But anyway.
We are not sponsored, although we'd like to be sponsored by any of these companies.
Pilot. Let's say
the Pilot Performance Tent.
It gets you up. It's the first one in the morning. The first show in the morning gets you up.
And the last at night.
Yeah, that's true. Keep it up. Gets you up and keeps you up.
Yeah.
Fuck. But yeah, I think like you get naming rights for the stage, obviously. So it'd be like, you know, the Amex Amphitheater.
Yeah.
But I think it'd also be an opportunity to like have the branding with like integrated within the stage, in the sense that like they have
ads.
They already have ads on there for stuff that's interior to the festival, like on them. So is it that big of a step?
So like the digital screen at the back, it's like banned. Save 3% when you buy Amex.
Beep. But
banned.
Pretty much. But also like
they interrupt the set. A word from the stage sponsors. Like YouTube ads.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Back there.
Sorry guys, we know you want to get to the last song, but McDonald's just have something they need to say. If you shop now via the app, you can get $3 quarter pounders.
Well, exactly.
Anyway, this is Dope Calypso.
But that's what I said. Like, I don't think that's the exact perfect solution.
No.
But
it's not about.
You could take, you know, as a festival, you could take $1 million off of a company to sponsor the main stage. That covers probably close to, not a whole headliner. You could get a pretty major band though covered immediately.
Yeah.
Like, it would really aid in getting a better lineup that people will come to see.
I'd be really interested to know, because that's a good point. To get headliners, especially international headliners that are the scale of some of the Splendor ones, even the Good Things headliners.
Yeah.
They're charging upwards of $1 million.
Oh, easy.
Like,
easy. I vaguely remember that when Soundwave was telling these people they were charging like 5 to 10 mil.
I think Slipknot was something like $5 million.
Yeah.
Just for 3 shows.
Yeah.
And I understand that they charge what they charge because of the size and success of them and the amount of stuff they've got to bring.
Yeah.
But it really makes you think, like, what is the margin of profit for these festivals?
Probably not much.
No. And they've got you've got to think, like, they'd have a partnerships team, they'd have a social media team, or marketing in general, they'd have logistics, like, they'd have the whole shebang.
Security, safety, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
First aid.
Well, they'd have all, like, how did they get those people paid? I guess that's why they lean on volunteers so much.
Yeah. But that's what I mean, like, if the alternatives are the consumer pays a fucking eye-watering sum of money to go to a completely clean, authentic festival, great. Like, I'm here for that. But people aren't doing that.
No.
In a world where we're used to having our Spotify subsidized by ads, in a world where we're used to having shit on YouTube that we can just quickly go to and we get 2 5-second ads. Like, people are clearly okay with having corporate messages given to them.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a step to have that in the live space. It could bring back festivals that we sound like corporate chills. It could bring back.
Well, I've never said I fully agree.
That's fine. I don't even
there's-
think this is the perfect solution.
No, I do think there's scope for more corporate integration if it means that festivals stay afloat.
Yeah.
Because like I said,
And within reason.
yeah, I think if it starts to interfere with the live show, that's when you get the turn off.
Yeah.
And I think you go to the stage, you can deal with it being like the Triple J main stage.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much what every festival is anyway. Like, I can handle that if it's just signage and all that stuff. But I think if it interrupts the live show, that's when you'll get kickback. However, if it means I can go to a festival again, I haven't been to a festival in so long.
It's been a hot minute.
I miss them.
Fucking hell.
Fuck, they're so fun.
They're
Like,
so good.
and there are some people, and there'll be some people listening that have never been to a festival. And talking to my girlfriend, she hadn't been to too many festivals before we met. And I was like,
Silly. She's a silly goose.
what are you, like, even if you don't like music, you got to go to a festival.
Just for the experience. Just
Just
to
for
see the corporate partners.
just to see the Amex stage and the Visa stage and the Mount Franklin water bubblers. But yeah, I miss festivals. I did have a radical sort of
Yeah.
left of field
Love it.
theory on how we can save festivals.
Let's do it.
So it's a people management ticket sale method.
Okay.
So you buy 3 tickets, sell me 2, I buy 1 ticket. I sell 2 tickets to a friend. They buy 1 ticket, they sell those 2 tickets.
This is confusing.
So it's the best way to think about it is triangular.
Oh, I'm with you now. I'm
So-
picking up when I put it down.
Some people say pyramid,
Yeah.
I say no. I say triangles.
Yeah. It's
Because
only 2-dimensional.
it's only 2-dimensional
Yeah.
and it's not that difficult.
I'm with you.
You buy 3 tickets,
Yeah.
keep one for yourself.
Yeah.
I buy 1 ticket, buy 2 off you.
Yeah.
I'm profiting
Yeah.
from those 2 tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm also giving 2 other people
The chance.
the chance to go.
To get
or
their
one
friends.
other person, really,
Yeah.
because I'm selling it to someone who's then going to sell another ticket,
I'm with you now.
and so on and so forth. So I went to my social media platform,
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
and I have 500 friends.
That's a lot of people.
So, and they have 500 friends, and they have 500 friends.
Yeah.
That's already 1,500 people at a festival.
That's not how that maths works, but sure.
Well, at the end of the day, it's 500 times 500 times 500.
500 cubed even.
Well, 3'd. So let me do the maths. 500 by 500 by 500.
It's going to be like 2,500 times.
So if my 500 friends sell tickets to 500 friends, and
Yeah.
those 500 friends sell tickets to 500 friends,
Yep.
we've just brought in 125 million people to Good Things Festival.
At $1 each.
At $1 each, you're cheering. You
Mate.
know what? You can afford Metallica. You can
Exactly.
afford Paramore.
You can afford Amex.
You can even afford corporate sponsorship. But at the end of the day, I've gone out of my way to save festivals.
Yeah, I feel that.
So anyway, something to think about.
I like that. Something to think about. Really makes you think.
When you really sit back and think about it, it really makes you think.
I got one more. I think that is kind of a dumb idea or a fun idea. It's both. It's both at the same time.
Yes.
I think that often with festivals like Splendor,
Yeah.
there's not like a vision. You know what I mean?
They haven't done their vision boards.
Who's doing the artist selection, or like how are they getting those artists? Like how do they get to those artists or whatever? I think we
Well,
bring
it's pretty much whoever Triple J tells them to put on.
well controversial. I mean the
No, it's not.
because Hot Dub Wine Machine was a festival series that was run by Hot Dub Time Machine,
Yep.
and it was basically built as he curated the artists. He might not have like hand selected them, but he was like, these are the artists that I want to get. They all kind of fit into this mold, and we go do this. I feel like, say like a Splendor came out and said, this year's lineup is being curated by Peking Duck or by Violent Soho. Or like we've got, Peking Duck will curate the dance acts, and Violent Soho will curate the rock acts.
Yeah.
And then, so like they can sort of build out that narrative to us of like, these are why we pick these bands, these are why we want to go forward with it. And then I think people become invested. And so instead of just like seeing like, hey, one day here's a lineup, oh great, like we love it, we hate it. There's the argument online, people either buy tickets or they don't, in which case they didn't this year. people have like bought in. They've like come for the ride.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gives it a bit of like that authenticity at the same time.
I think I've seen that put into action before.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I think it's like a Saturday morning television program.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's called Rage.
Oh, right. Yes. But as a festival, though.
As a festival. Well, it's a festival of music videos.
That is true. It's a festival of good times.
I was more of a video hits man. A bit more modern.
Bit more mainstream.
Chartsy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I was 10.
Well, I know.
Alternative music.
Last year.
Yeah, when I was... Anyway, Mum... Well, what is time? Mum does need to pick me up in about half an hour. I don't mind that. But if it's not a band you like...
Yeah.
I feel like it could... Anyway, look, there's options.
But I feel like if like... I don't like the band Radiohead. But if Tom York was curating Glastonbury...
Yep.
And he laid out, like, these are the bands that I'm picking and why.
Yep.
Whether or not I like Radiohead, I can go, cool, I understand the vision.
Yeah.
I understand what he's going for.
Because you go, Tom York picked it and it's shit.
Yeah, like, no, I probably don't like it. But, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can follow along. And I feel like you can use bands that are of the moment to further that hype. Like, if you imagine if you came out, like, one of the headliners, let's say you pre-announce one of the headliners and you're like, Future's going to headline Splendor, and he's curating the hip hop acts.
Yeah.
Like, people already know, like, fuck yeah, I love Future.
Yeah.
Who would Future pick if he had to pick some Australian acts, some internationals, some up and comers? Like, obviously, he probably isn't hand selecting all of them, but, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Like, you build that curation story. Yeah.
Well, we've come up with solutions.
Thank you. I tried.
We've got a band that we need to talk to.
Yeah, they've been waiting on the line.
Shout out Raave Tapes. Novocastrians.
Yeah, like yourself.
I am a Novocastrian. Jennifer Hawkins as well.
Yes.
That's what my old man tells me all the time.
You guys, and...
Andrew Johns.
All the Johns. Daniel, Maddie.
John Smith.
Big university.
My Uncle John.
Uncle John.
I do have an Uncle John, actually.
Well, John's your uncle, Sam.
And Robert's your brother's sister.
Well, let's not dilly-dally, hey? Let's throw over to Job and Lindsay.
I tell you what, after last week, Max, and you've rinsed me for the entire week about stuffing up so many times on the interview, I've really structured it. So I've got a script here that you've written to introduce our next guests, who are patiently waiting on the line. So to just put you at ease, I'm going to read it word for word, okay?
Good luck.
Intro, Sam. Coming to us live out of Newcastle, it's the genre-crossing electronic outfit Raave Tapes, joining us on the show. Welcome, !
He's nailed it. He's done it once.
Let me just read from our part of the script. Raave Tapes. Hey! How are you doing?
Very well. We are joined by Job and Lindsay of Raave Tapes. Welcome to the show. Max, the rest of the show is yours now.
Well, look, it took me hours to strip the whole thing out. So if we could just all read our parts properly, including stage directions, it'd be nice. Guys, we like to kick off the same way each week. Find out what you're listening to, what you're spinning. So what's been in your Spotify playlist, Apple Music? If you've got some vinyl going around, what have you been listening to?
Oh, I've been listening to something.
Yeah, I've got to look. I can never answer this question off the top of my head.
There is a song that has been haunting me for like the last 3 days. And it's that silly cabin crew song, The Spark, that these Irish sung.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Like drum and bass. It's insane. It's not on Spotify. So, yeah, listening to it through YouTube on my like headphones. And I work in a school. And all the kids like, so lame. I'm like, you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. It's the one good thing your generation's come up with in a really long time.
It's fucking good. Those things go so hard.
It's phenomenal.
Have you seen the live video when
And my latest two things were for cuckers, it's pronounced fuckers, but there's a C in the wrong spot. FC fuckers. Yeah, from America. Played the Laneway thing recently over here in Australia, and their nice housey little thing, but also the new Northeast Party House album, which has been getting
That is a good album. Especially it's like LA, I can't get that song out of my head. It is so catchy. Fuck.
Yeah. And just like sonically, like Enhancer, the album track is just like candy. I've got some nice headphones recently, and just having them in your ears is crack. It's so good. I don't know what they put in that song.
I just want to go back a sec because Lindsay, you said you work in a school. Do the kids know you're a musician and you play music?
Yeah, heaps. I actually had today, so I teach this tech class, and they do some like coding, and I wish I could show you the video, but one of the kids got a picture of me from when I was in a motorcycle accident, and the Newcastle Herald were like, "Oh, she's gonna make the show," so it's all over everywhere. They took the picture of me in my neck brace and like cut it out and then put it on some scratch thing so my head like bounces against the walls of the screen really fast. Yeah. So yes, they do, but they do bad things with it like that. It's ridiculous.
I work in a primary school and my kids don't care at all. Like little kindergartners just no care.
They're looking for that hard drum and bass, and you know, like you need to bring that to the table for them.
Still doing hard.
Oh shit! Here I was thinking, you guys would be the coolest teachers in school, but
Nope,
kids are brutal.
not really.
Well, that's what we're here to do. We'll pump you guys up. So, I mean, first of all, congratulations. The self-titled debut is out now. Max can insert a bit of a clap sound effect here, please. Put a note in there.
Edit note.
But, I mean, the cliche is they say you've got your whole life to write your first album, but now it's out. I mean, how do you feel? Has the reception been what you've wanted? Do you feel like there's a huge weight off your shoulders, or is there like oh shit, what do we do now?
Definitely weight off your shoulders. We've been sitting on it for a long time. Like we finished this album probably 2 years ago now, a year and a half.
Yeah,
We've had it finished for so long, and just like waiting for things to be in the right space for us to release it. So definitely a huge relief getting it out there. But the response was crazy. Like everyone says an album, the response is a big thing. Everyone takes it very seriously, and it's been weird having it out and people reaching out that I haven't heard from in so long, just being like, "Oh, listen to your album, it's really good." Like old family friends and stuff, be like, "That's really good." Like buying shirts and stuff, which is really sweet.
I was just gonna say, do you get the ones that are like, "Oh wow, that album's so good. Put me on the door at the next show"?
No, it's more so like I think the funniest ones are like that. It's actually really good. Like I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, knowing you guys as people, surprised.
Were there a few jitters when you refreshed all like the streaming platforms to see it live? Were you making sure that it actually dropped at midnight or whenever it was?
I actually was up. I was like working with someone else on some music, and it dropped at midnight. And he was like, "Hey, your album just dropped." And I was like, "Oh, okay, let's keep working on this thing." I was just like, "Cool, it's out. Like it's fine. We'll keep going." And I think a couple of minutes later it hit, and we looked it up on Spotify, and there it was sitting there, and that was pretty lovely. So I was there for the moment, and then went to bed shortly after.
I was stressed because I had to make TikToks and stuff, and it wasn't on TikTok straight away. The timing went wrong or something, and I was like, messaging our manager like, "She said I can't get it." Came up soon afterwards, and we're fine.
I like that your first instinct though, Lindsay, is just to be like, "Yeah, cool, sweet, every other day for me, it's fine." And then they're like, "Oh wait, hang on, fucking what up?"
Yeah, it was really weird. The whole week leading up to it, everyone kept saying, "Oh, album's out this week," and I was like, "Cool, I'm going to work. Like, it's okay, it's happening." And then Friday actually happened, and it was like a big punch in the face, and then I got gassed up.
Yeah. Yeah, because it does feel like we've obviously released so many songs and EPs and stuff, and I'm just assuming it would be like another song.
Yeah, it's like people are like, "Oh, you're going to play a show," and it's like, "Yeah, this is our 4 millionth in the last year." You kind of like, we're just rolling through it.
But yeah, the album definitely was a different feeling when it was out. Like the response was different than a normal song, which was cool, really nice.
I suppose I
wasn't expecting it, to be honest.
Especially like as you guys mentioned, like you parked it for 2 years, kind of thing. Was that like a deliberate choice to like make sure it was like the right number of singles and everything that were ready to go, or was it just that you it was in the can but you wanted to add some other stuff but you never got around to it? Like what was the parking for?
It was just in the can ready to go, but just finding the right time to do it.
We also had to finish a rollout of our other EP.
Yeah.
Like because we recorded it through COVID, we had all of this time, so we had all of that backlog of music waiting for after COVID, and then all of this time in those spaces that we could record. So it was just let's get one thing done first, and then we'll come to it.
Yeah, it's just like the touring cycle thing, like the way it works with like release a single, tour that single, release the next single, tour that single. It's like we had it finished, but then we had other things we had to get through before that. Those things did okay for us, which was good, which gave us a nice sort of roll into the album. But it's just like building that head of steam, which was nice, and give us time to sort out the new direction and stuff too. Because I guess we went from being a pretty aggressive rock band to being a pretty aggressive dance pop band. Just a lot of like tech stuff in the live scene and stuff, which was good for us to get used to that, I guess. Once we had that sorted, it's going to be a lot easier going into this album cycle.
Absolutely. I mean, talking about the content of the album, I suppose, it's a real smorgasbord of kind of electronic sounds, dance sounds, still a good dollop of the rock sound in there as well. You haven't completely steered away from that. There's little references to like French house, to glitch pop, little cheeky Kanye Runaway callback in there as well. What did you kind of see as the thematic through line sonically with the album?
I think you sort of just nailed it. Like you really, really did nail one of those things, like the classic Mike Dean outro. As a producer who's produced for Kanye and everyone with the heavy distorted vocal was something we did a few times. So nailed it. But yeah, I guess we did. We sort of, when we started writing the album, we went in with our producer Fletch, and normally he's someone we know really well. He's one of our friends, and normally we'd come in with songs and be like, oh, we want to record this song or this song, and we put it in different directions. But instead of doing that, we came in and he said, I just want to listen to music. And we listened to music for like 3 hours and just said, what do you like about this song? Do you like the songwriting? Do you like sonically? Do you like the drums? Like all these different things. And then at the end of like 3 hours of listening to music, he had this list of notes and he was like, this is what you like. This is what you've just told me you like. Let's make this. And if you don't like it, we'll go back and record your other songs. We'll just give this a crack. And if you don't like it, that's fine. And then obviously we liked it. It was great. Yeah, just some interesting little ones. Like we showed however many songs we showed over the course of that time. And he was like, there's probably 3 songs that had live drums on them. So we're like, let's do electronic drums. You like that. It shows that you like the sound of that. Do that.
I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of reference points in like that 3 hours of listening to music. Do you think there are any like real surprise ones that people would be interested to know are part of the Raave Tapes like reference material that kind of?
I had this playlist up not that long ago because
there's a few funny ones.
We've been going through stuff. Yeah, really, really funny references.
I think one off the top of the head was Warp 1.9 by Bloody Beetroots.
Fucking awesome though. Actually, when I was writing these questions, I actually was like, there's such a crossover in the Raave Tapes and Bloody Beetroots sound that like obviously came from a rock background and went electronic. It's
exactly. Well, that's one of my early festival experiences was seeing the Bloody Beetroots play in the Boiler Room at Big Day Out. Callback, RIP.
2012.
And yeah, they played with like a friggin' 12-piece band and like a grand piano and a drummer and a guitarist and stuff making electronic music. And I was like, let's do this. It actually followed us on Instagram recently, which was like a moment. It's huge. Yeah. So that's, big call back there. Is there any ones from you in there?
I think like we've got Smoko by the Chats in there, which is nothing like our sound, but when we were going for like Hey Hi and we wanted to write a punk song, like a really quick punk song. So we took like
looking at the chord progressions and stuff.
Yeah, how that works. But there's so much fun weird things, like a lot of Justice, a lot of presets, a lot of the staples. Let's Mania by Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix
was a huge one.
There's a lot of times where we like for writing, we just tried a few different techniques. Like we'd take a chord progression from a song we liked, we'd write melodies to it, and then we'd delete that chord progression and put something else underneath. So we had the nice melodies when you worked to a popular song's chord progression, then write around that. Just so we made sure those melodies were strong and hooky.
If it works.
It's quite a science.
Yeah, it was. There was a few scientific moments in amongst it all.
Look, you guys have, through your time, you've been referred to often as either like dance punk, electro punk, and I know genres aren't really a thing anymore, but it's easy to see why those labels get thrown around with sort of the no rules approach to the album and each song. Do you lean into those little labels, or do you think it's sort of irrelevant and putting you into a creative box that you know, is sort of pointless in this day and age.
I think I read something the other day where genre is dead. Genre is dead because you cross over in certain different things, and like the nature of genre is around to sell records. So you go to a record store and you're like, I want to buy a rock record, I go rock. I want an alt record, I want country, I go here, or classical. And now you don't need to, because it's all accessible and you don't need to shop by genre. You're more shopping through playlists. Or does that make sense?
Yeah. I think I don't care about it. Like I guess some people would be upset. Like I know certain bands might be like, oh, they're an indie rock band and someone called them psychedelic. They might be like, oh, I'm not that. To be fair, I have actually seen us called psychedelic rock before in some newspapers, and I've been like, that's just wrong. I'm not offended, but I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where if you got a cursory listener coming past and they're like, oh, Raave Tapes, what the hell's that? Oh, these two genres, I kind of like those two. I'll give it a listen. It works for people who are passing by and maybe want to take a little peek, but I don't really care. You can call me whatever you want. Probably be called worse.
Just not psychedelic.
Just don't call me psychedelic.
Well, it'd also be remiss of us not to ask. I mean, the debut album's out. You might not be able to tell us too much about it, but will we be seeing a live... Will you guys... I won't probably see one, but will you see a live stage anytime soon?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know when we're announcing a tour, but we're definitely doing an album tour. That's happening.
I'd be hoping so.
Look, I don't know about dates and stuff, but I'd probably be keeping August free if I was a Raave Tapes fan.
August is like both our birthdays.
It is, yeah.
Therefore, it's party month.
Leo's, baby.
Yeah. So you should just keep every weekend open for our birthdays.
Okay. Max, you doing anything?
Oh, look, I'm going to get the cakes, but apart from that, I'm free.
Oh,
you can do some Steve Aoki cake throws from the stage into the crowd.
And that's very Ministry of Sound. That's exactly what we're talking about. I think that we're going to do something soon in Newcastle that I don't know if we're allowed to talk about very much. We're going to do like a little... We've done a few like shutdowns in Newcastle and shut down bigger venues, but we're going to find a little small venue and do something silly in there.
Throw around the mics.
Yeah.
One could say.
Okay.
Actually pass the microphone to other people, if you will.
Well, as Novocastrians, I want to ask you guys a question about the Newcastle scene because, well, Max knows this, but I was born in Newcastle. I was born in the John Hunter Hospital. Grew up in Georgetown. Yeah, just out that way. Great for an audio medium. But what's the Newcastle scene like? I haven't been back there in the best part of 20 years, and besides you guys, I know nothing about the Newcastle scene whatsoever. Is it booming? Is it a little bit... I don't want to use the word shit, but is it like a little bit less than to be desired? Like, can you give me some insight?
We definitely punched way above our weight for a town. It moved in cycles, same as any town, I guess. But I find something I say all the time, it's a very insular scene. We have bands who have their whole life cycle start in Newcastle and just play in Newcastle and don't go out, but play to shows of like 400 people. That's a very common thing, which is sick. Like there's enough people here to support that kind of thing. And we have things like West Coast Blockfest is a music festival they shut down, sort of like Big Sound kind of thing, but in Newcastle and much smaller.
Small Sound.
Yeah, small sound. Like friggin' what? Like 10 venues, and they have bands from midday to midnight in all the venues, and you pay $50 and you get to go see them all. Like there's so many bands, and a few big boys popping off at the moment too. Like I know you guys know Dust. You know, Dust from Newcastle.
No.
You really like Dust. They're great. They just supported Hockey Dad overseas. They just supported Block Party here and Interpol overseas at the moment.
Sick.
Yeah, right.
And Vacations from Newcastle, they're like internationally acclaimed. Like Silverchair have them. They're pretty cool.
Silver who?
No, it's nice. It's definitely a very supportive scene, and there's always so much going on.
It's you guys kind of on that note, you guys kind of been working, as this No-Fi collective, putting on warehouse shows and kind of taking over some big venues, as you were kind of alluding to before. I mean, like when places like the Cambridge shut down, for people outside Newcastle, it felt like what was a pretty prominent place, like stop on Aussie tours, might have gone away or at least retreated a little bit. Do you feel like other outside bands coming to Newey is still a pretty solid thing, or do you think that it's kind of turned insular at the moment?
Yeah, well, the people that own the Cambridge, once it shut down, they opened up a new venue down the road, the same size rooms,
It's a bit better.
and it's nicer. The carpet doesn't smell bad. It's all fine.
That sounds too nice for music.
We're sweet. It's, I guess, same thing as the whole country, where we're every show's worry at the moment, whether you're going to sell tickets or not. But like, we had Andrew McMahon played at the uni last week and sold it out. Like, nothing's really changed. It's the same. But the Cambo going was more of a I don't know. What do you say? Like rose-colored glasses. It was one of those things that everyone's had so many good times at, even from like our parents. It's been around for so long. You'd say to someone, "Oh yeah, I'm playing the Cambo this weekend," and every auntie and uncle and people would be like, "You're playing the Cambo? Wow!" Like, it's rite of passage sort of thing. So it's something that brought everyone together, I guess. So just sad to see that one go from a heart standpoint. From a physical standpoint, it's great.
It's you knew you'd made it when you're doing the Cambridge.
Truly.
Well, Raave Tapes' self-titled psychedelic rock album is out now, so listen wherever you get your music. It sounds like keep August free, without giving anything away. Keep August free for maybe some birthday cake, if they happen to be in town. Lindsay, Joe, thanks so much for taking the time to come and have a chat with us today.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.